Hi friends, in today's video I'm going to show you how to find correct answers to the summary completion question in IELTS reading. So what's the first step? Most of the times, as soon as the students get the question paper, they start reading the passage and start finding the answers, but that's not the right method. The right method here is, first step, we will read the questions and mark the keywords. Keywords are really important. They are the main words that imply the meaning of the text. Most of the times they are nouns or adjectives. Sometimes they are verbs also. So let's come to the question. The Hollywood studios. Throughout its golden age, so they are talking about a particular age that's called golden age in Hollywood. The Hollywood movie industry was controlled by a handful of studios using a system known as, now this is going to be name of the system. So as we are reading, we'll try to predict what part of speech will make the answer or make the sentence grammatically correct. So here I feel it's going to be name of a process, so it is a noun. The biggest studios not only made movies but handled the distribution and then finally showed them in own theaters. These studios were often run by autocratic bosses, men known as, now this is going to be a name again. Now since this is a name, it is a noun. We'll predict that much. Who often remained at the head of organization. So head of organizations. However, the domination of the industry by leading studios came to an end. Now we have a date here when they were forced to open the market to smaller producers, a process known as, now here it's again going to be the name of process, so it is a noun. Now once we have marked the keywords and once we have predicted, we predict the type of word or part of speech that will make the sentence grammatically correct. Then we are going back to the passage and we are going to skim the passage. Remember, skim means fast reading. I read it fast. I try to find the keywords that I marked in the question or the synonyms of the keywords. So let's get started. Now, here I have in my mind the keywords like golden age, movie industry, studios, then name of a system. So, bigger studios, they used to control everything. Let's see where they are talking about this thing. Vertical integration is there, the key component. I'll keep on skimming. Now, here major studios realized they could increase profit by handling each stage of the film. So I see they are talking about controlling everything. Production, making the film. So made movies, they say production, right? So this is one synonym. Distribution, I have it here. Distribution. And exhibition, owning the theaters in major cities and show them in their own theaters. So this is the same thing. So here I found the paraphrased sentence for the first two statements. Now let's see if they have named the process here. Five studios, the big five. Now this is the name of name of the studios. The group worked to achieve vertical integration through late 1940s. So they are achieving something. Okay, owning vast real estate on which to construct elaborate sets. In addition, these studios set the exact terms. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I don't see the name of a process here. I'll move forward. I'll not waste more time. I'll come to the second one. These studios were often run by autocratic bosses, men. Now let's see if they're talking about some people here. During Golden Age, studios were consistent in famous movie moguls. I see a name here. Ruled their kingdoms. Same men. I see. Now, this thing, treatment of stars, contracts, studio boss, manipulation. Okay, I don't see this stuff in the summary. So this is some extra information. Coming to the last one. However, the domination of the industry by leading came to an end in 1948. I'll look for the dates. I'll look for opening the market to smaller producers. There's a name of the process. So in 1948, struggling independent, blah blah blah. They did something. Um, Studios were ordered to give up. So there comes an end. Their theaters in what, because this is called divestiture. So I feel it's this, but we will finalize it once we scan it. So we skimmed and we located the text, located the relevant text which has answers. Now we'll start again and we'll start that part of the text, of the passage where I feel the answer is. Now, for the first one, I see it here. Throughout its golden age, movie industry was controlled by a handful of studios, system known as. Now, it is somewhere here. Is there a name of a system mentioned here? Vertical integration is other key component. It's a part in the rise of Hollywood studio system. Major studios realized they could make profits, work to achieve vertical integration. They are trying to achieve something. Now, this is the only name of the process that I see here, and this is the complete paraphrase of the first two sentences. So here I feel the answer will be vertical integration. Vertical, sorry. Vertical integration. Next, these studios were often run by autocratic bosses. So we have to see, sorry, we have to see where they are talking about these autocratic bosses or men who are trying to control the industry. Let's look. So here, so in the first paragraph, I can see that they are not talking about the persons or anything like that, right? So during the golden age, studios were remarkably consistent and stable. Now, long term management heads, and here they are saying autocratic bosses, the infamous movie moguls. Now, this is the only name that I see, who ruled their kingdoms. The same men ran the studios for decades. So, these are the people they actually ran or they actually controlled the studios. So, their name, as per the text, is movie moguls. Next. Next, we who often remained at the head of organization for decades. However, the domination of industry by leading studios came to an end when they were forced to open the market to smaller producers. Process known as, so now we are looking for a process, the name of a process. Here in this last paragraph, I remember I read about they're giving up the theaters. There was a decree that year, so studios were ordered to give up. So it means it put an end to their theatres in what is commonly referred to as, now known as and referred to as is the same thing. So it is, this process is divestiture. So this is the way in which we will try to find the correct answers within the time limit. Always remember that for gap completion, summary completion, flowchart, fill ups, these kind of questions, you have to make sure that you predict the type of word. You know that, okay, if I use a noun here, if I use an adjective or a verb here, then only the sentence is going to be grammatically correct. Okay, so in these questions, it was by chance all words were nouns. So then we skim, we locate that relevant area of the text, then we scan and compare both the texts. When I say compare both the text, we compare the meaning. So we find where they are paraphrased, where the sentences are paraphrased. Once we find that, our work becomes easier. So we do the skimming fast and we take a little bit of more time on scanning because we have to find the correct answer. So I hope today's tutorial was quite helpful for you. Let me know in comments and also mention if you need tutorial for any other type of questions. Thank you.